And now, because those metallic tabs are at certain points in the length of the strip, we should probably take and mark the appropriate location. And I'm assuming the opposing one is probably in the same position, but we'll take and alternately mark those. I'm only going to install 2 of them today. The third one is, again, if I want to increase the amount of light down the road, or if I want to add that third color, which in this case would be red. Alright, so I'm going to put down my first metallic tab. There's a little double back tape on the back side there that allows me to stick it to the inside of this plastic hood. And the first one we'll put there, and the second one there. So far that's been pretty easy. Now I'm going to assume that the LEDs will just magnetically stick on there, and you can almost lift up the light hood with the grasp they've made. Notice the key word there I said was almost. So I don't think it's going to be any issue retaining the light fixture. You just don't want to drop it or bang it or something like that. There is number 2. So there's 2 12-inch, 1 blue, 1 white, 5-watt each LED light strips for a total of 10 watts of blue and white light. And then I did say that there were some connection points on the ends of all the fixtures, plus these little wire pin connectors that allow you to couple more than one light together, which is what we've just done. Then here's the connector from the DC power supply. We're just going to take and run that through one of the holes in the end of the light hood and just run it straight into one of those LED light strips. And aside from securing that power cord with this little crimp, our lighting system's installed. We're ready to plug it in and try it out. And I suppose before we get too far along, we do want to try it out. There's these little power switches here on the ends that allow you to turn it on and off. But we're going to leave the power switch in the on position, and we'll plug the end of our power supply into a timer down in the power strip in the cabinet below the aquarium. But for 2 5-watt 12-inch long strips, 1 blue and 1 white, that's a goodly amount of light, don't you think? And before we get too far along, we'll take that acrylic lens and slide it back inside the track on the light hood. These little acrylic tabs help secure it into the opening on top of the tank. And now we've got a water-resistant LED light hood that we can place on top of the tank. We can add more fixtures if we would like to. We can even change fixtures for different colors. The choices being white, a 10,000 K white, a 463 royal blue, and a 700 nanometer red. And we'll go ahead and connect the power cord into the transformer. And then the end of the power cord I'll plug into the timer that's been turning the lights on and off in the tank. And so now, with the flick of a switch on the timer, the lights will come on and off.
Tropical Fish Hobbyist magazine has been the authoritative source for aquarium keepers since the first legendary issue rolled off the presses in 1952. with informative articles month after month about the fascinating world of freshwater aquariums, saltwater setups, paludariums, ponds, and more, illustrated in crisp detail by the world's top aquatic photographers. TFH covers it all. And now, with subscriptions starting at $13.95 and a mobile digital edition you can take with you wherever you go, TFH is your ultimate resource for all things aquatic. Would you like to reduce your nitrate and phosphate as well as algae problems? Consider the Turbos Aquatics LED Algae Scrubber line, which consists of the L2, L3, and L4 models. All units include dual drain system, slotted pipe, growth screen, bulkheads, and dual high-quality growth spectrum optimized LED lights and heat sinks. The L-Series algae scrubbers are easily installed and externally mounted either above the aquarium or placed over your existing filter system. Control aquarium nutrients naturally using algae. For more information, visit turbosaquatics.com.
And you can see here, it's a fairly attractive color. Granted, the camera makes it just a little bit bluer than it actually is. But one of the things we notice right away is the flicker or glitter line that occurs at the bottom of the tank or across the decorations. And this is the result of LED lights provide what we'll call a focused light beam as opposed to a diffused light beam, so that the more that we disrupt the surface of the tank as the light passes through there, like on a sunny day standing out near a pool, it's going to have that flicker of light. Some might consider that realistic, some might consider that intriguing or pleasing. Then again, others might think that the flickering means that there's an issue with the lighting system, or maybe that's just too distracting. The one thing that I am going to do is I'm going to get a red strip at some other time and I'll try it in there. But I think for kicks and giggles, I'm going to add another blue strip in there for a total of 2 blue strips and 1 white strip. Let's just see what it looks like. So you can now tell that there's a lot more blue in there, and again the camera kind of tints that blue a little bit more than reality, but it's still a blue look in there, and you can still see the flicker or glitter line from the whitish light. And I think just overall it's a very rich color in there, gives the impression of depth or deep water. So that's a little bit more information on LED lights. So in addition to the color changing lights, I can now offer these LED light strips in a 10,000K white or a 453 nanometer blue, and there's also a 700 nanometer red. And these are offered through my other website called myfishtank.com, where you can also purchase new acrylic aquariums that will have an upgrade available to allow us to add these LED light strips for you. I think it's a pleasing color in the tank. I think it's a positive direction to go because the old fluorescent bulbs are becoming more and more difficult to find, so it seems natural to progress up to something a little bit more current. So until then, always keep moving forward and always keep exploring new aquarium alternatives.